Kuzampula. My name is Wangdi, and I have been a humble facilitator for little children for the last 40 years. Thank you for being with us today. Plus, thank you very much for yesterday's input. I think it gave us food for thought because we became more conscious or mindful of whether it was the body or the mind which was being affected.
Each of us is speaking for ourselves.
Yeah.
I became.
Yeah, and something I have never done is put myself first in my life. Never. I always have been, I worked for my family, I worked for my community, I worked for children in the country, but I have never put myself in first as a priority. But at the same time, I'm happy that what I am today hit me very well with this second important potential of the need of having positive relationship, which made me a very happy person. So ultimately, my happiness has been more from serving others, I think. And that could be because I'm a little different from many people in many of the way I have been brought up and I have lived my life fully. But yesterday's input, definitely, I was very happy when you did not indoctrinate and say, our sanskar, our natural acceptance is permanent. It's this, you must do that. That happens in our system in the country. Whether it's values through the religion, values through the humanity, and the family always says, that's the right thing to do, you must do it. I like the way you gave us as a proposal. It's just a proposal, the natural acceptance. And then you try to verify it, through your own interactions. And that is the new generation children like that one. I'm trying in our school. We are very, very kind to the children. We work together in the same level. You will be surprised to see that. And I think none of us expect respect because I'm the principal. We earn our respect through our interaction with the children. So I was very happy yesterday when you all said, definitely, again, going out of ourselves, humanity, universal. These words are the cue words for us now. We are not thinking of Bhutan. We are thinking of not NPS, we're thinking of a little wider community. Then, of course, the nation. Like I said, we are trying to bring our children and all of us to work for GMC as future citizens as per the hopes and aspirations of His Majesty. And therefore, I think the completeness of full human potential is the base from the school. Only we can do it. And why we? Because we are meeting the children as most innocent, fresh, and I always tell them they're like white paper. It's up for us to help them write what they would like to write on the paper. So for me, definitely it was self. I was looking into reflection on my own self, seeing self and body. Have I been spending all my time on the body part? And I'm happy, no. I have been also looking into self, especially in context of relationships. And for me, relationships make a very, very strong ethos for me, and that's the family ethos in my family. So I am happy we can see the relationship now, how this workshop is going to bring a change in us, and how we are going to be a change makers in any interaction with the children, with the parents, with the society, with the country, and the global itself. Thank you. Yes, with kind permission, I just have two things to share my observation. Number one, that was another takeaway was very good for me because I think whatever you presented and whatever is in this universal human value input, I like the middle path which you all offered us. Usually when we talk about values, it's either yes or no. And when you said there was definitely, this was just a proposal, automatically made it very flexible for us. You took us in consideration, so you said it's a proposal. Number two is you all did not condemn the physical activity also, which most of us do. Oh, GNS people is most happy sleeping in the huts or in the forest. No. I think as Maslow's hierarchy theory talks so subtly, that we need to have our basic needs fulfilled. Then we come to the higher levels of being able to think of others, the relationship definitely. So I liked it because we as Buddhists believe the middle path, and I think sometimes we are happier because of this. We respect all the religions because we all say, yes, we have this value, and we even try to see this value in the other religions instead of condemning one religion and saying, no, they are not us. That's one. Number two, let's take the example of me and Choden this morning. Both of us were looking into self and then our relationships. And for me, I also gave, and she also gives to her relationships. Now for me, it all happened well. See, it all happened well. And for Shuki, it's been for her, it's been a little difficult time because some of the relationships may not have worked the way she is sharing with us, which I think is fantastic. She needs to share these things in her because then she can get a clearer ways to handle her own thoughts, self, and we are talking about self. So I'm just wondering, where was I right in my sanskar? Where was she wrong in the sanskar? Where did we go wrong? For her, for me, I was better off. So this is a point for you to just help us the clarity. Where did she go wrong? And then why did I be a winner in my relationships? So that one.
Yes. Because you knew balance, you knew the middle part. I was doing too much and receiving too less.
Yeah. So I think that's where we are sometimes the sanskar, no? Because when I talk about values in our family, sanskar, we always expected, because of our value, people made right choices when it came to looking for partners. Simple thing like that, And so all the marriages, the people they chose were all acceptable to us, So they're having happy life. So I'm just wondering where could be the plus point and where is the minus point for us. Thank you.
We'll be talking about relationships today.
Fine. A really clarified matter. We might see the light in the tunnel. For Shoki Senpai especially. She's just 25 years old. She's got a whole life. And I'm at the end of my tunnel. So here we come to the beautiful ending of a 3 days intensive discovery of the self as a leader, I think. And this was an opportunity where all of us came not as teachers or facilitators of NPS, we came as very, very unique individuals. And I think in these 3 days, you allowed us to come out of our comfort zone, looked at ourselves very critically. It was self-awareness throughout the 3 days we had. And I'm grateful to the distinguished facilitators who very clearly took us from the day one, knowing that we were educators, what type of education should we have. And looking into that, we moved into very specific areas and came to harmony. What does harmony mean? And who builds up the harmony? And we realized the importance of harmony in whether it's in self-harmony with myself. I'm happy because this is what is it. I'm in harmony with myself. And like what some of my colleagues did say, if you are not harmonious in yourself, how are you going to be harmonious with your family, then move to your society, then the world at large? So they brought us through that harmony and helped us to look into different aspects, starting from trying to be very clear because of some of the vocabulary that's used in this universal human values system is very different from what we knew. We knew it from a very literal sense, and that brought us quite a bit of confusion earlier. Example, the natural acceptance. We really looked at it literally, but all of us now have come to the acceptance that natural acceptance is for all of us, and we accept it's there. And it's not whether Lepan Singh is coming from England or Senya is coming from Ukraine. These are the ones which is already there. And I think where they always talked about, I like your, not the sanskar. Before that, Madam talked the divinity in us, I think is why we accept that natural acceptance. Huh? That something was very clear. We didn't know about it at all, to be very honest. And of course, the sanskar. And then the very important clarification all of us came is, yes, all of us do have natural acceptance for all these things. But again, why do some of us oppose? Why do some of us think it in a different way? It's the sanskar. It's the external which comes into us. And therefore, one good thing we started with, which I think we as school teachers also must do, saying that these are proposals. It's not indoctrination. This is proposal, and then it's actually universal, but you verified it through your own experiences, through your own reflection, being in it. You do that because by this asking questions freely, exploring, verifying the values on our own right, I think slowly we can have a fully encompassed understanding of the natural acceptance, I think. And as we moved on, I think we were clearer more of relationship. Now, harmony, yes, we understand harmony, but harmony doesn't just grow if you put some water and all. We need to work on our relationships. And I'm grateful when I requested Guruji to do a course for us 3 days on team building, because this is relationship. I am in a new school with very diverse group of people, and if we do not work on our relationship, nothing will happen. And then we are talking about, we are the nucleus who works with ourselves. We have a family, we have a community, the children, the school, the wider personnel, and definitely the country at large, make an impact, and then the global citizens which we talk about. So that was very clearly explained, and we realized that every one of us all go for, each one of us want happiness, we want prosperity, and we want a continuity of the happiness and prosperity. Another thing very interesting for us, prosperity we were thinking of Thiru all the time. And so it was very interesting for us now how to use that literal prosperity into the human values perspective of right understanding, right feeling, and I think that's where understanding harmony, living in harmony, I think that was something very clearly that has come to us and which I liked it. But basically, again, another important clarification came in self, harmony in self, and we looked into natural acceptance, how it affects ourselves through natural acceptance, and I like the word imagination. They use imagination, which in our perspective is very different, but now we know what does imagination looks into. We are looking into behaviors, the contradictions, the feelings of oppositions, the competence, what I am in a current state. So I think basically those came very strongly as desire, what we are always desiring, our mind, thoughts, and then definitely the expectations which we are always for, which I think contradicts the harmony we want to build in our relationships. And definitely, coming to our final input, we did maximum on self-realization, which I think was what we wanted. And not have too many other concepts which didn't make a meaning to us. So I think we all are a better human being now, understanding more on self, harmony, relationships, how we can work on that. And in the end, I think one thing that looks into definitely was another clarification we did was the physical facility. For us, physical facility in here means the buildings, the infrastructure, but we did not encompass the environment and others which comes under that. And in the end, we did realize self is just consciousness, body is the need for material gratification. And the biggest nucleus of our whole harmony is trust. And I like the definition of trust as they gave us. And intention is a starting point for mutual development and to be assured that the other wants to make me happy and prosperous. Every time we think the other one is not meaning that, we always assume, but I think now the trust, whatever happens, I accept that you are trying to make me happy and prosperous. And that which we completely then be aware of our natural acceptance. And then we looked into family, which allowed my teachers to really look into the family, because for us, if there's no harmony in the family, forget about the input in the school. I think it's not going to be the correct way. So I think the need to make sure that your relationship in the family is so paramount so that you can give the best, be the role models for the children in the school. So in the end, we all realize human being is a coexistence of self and our body. Happiness is being in a state of harmony. If all of us are in harmony, I'm happy. So today I had a little conflict with Chuki. I'm not, I think, happy when I go back home. So we are not in harmony, with what we're trying to work on our relationship. And one thing we must always keep present. We always say, you must get into somebody's shoes like that to understand. But I think we say, every human being is like me. So when I do that, we say, oh, everyone is like me. And therefore, with complete understanding of the feelings of respect, again, the respect came very strongly, which again fits into our own school system, as well as into our GNH, and also into our culture. I think respect came from very, very strongly. And therefore, I think they made it very clear to us how we need to shift from body to self-body, fault-finding to empathy, language to feeling, instead of the words, the feelings, showing off wealth to correct utilization, skill to value-based skill. Now this is very interesting for us in a school. Value-based skill and more intelligence to wisdom-guided intelligence. So in the end, we said basic human aspiration definitely also is to have continuous happiness and to achieve excellence in whatever we do, especially excellence in harmonious living with ourselves, our families, our society, the nature, and that came out very good. So on the whole, I think these 3 days gave us enough food for thought to start working with ourselves first. We are not expecting much. Let's all work with what we can do. Let's see from today till the year as we go on, let us all see how well we can improve on these being more harmonious, working on our relationships, and definitely being role models for everybody. Thank you very much.